one. What's going on, motherfuckers? Welcome to the Crocs and Hot Pocket Show. Today is Sunday, August 26th, 2018, and this is episode number 70. This episode is a free-for-all, and I'm joined by SaltySam, MiddleAgedStream, and MrFortyTwo. Boys, how are we doing tonight?
Doing good.
Solid.
What? What did 42? What did you say?
It's solid.
Oh, solid!
In an accent.
Sorry, the accent kind of threw me off. All right, we're going to get to these hot fucks in just a second. During the show, if you guys would like to ask a question to be answered in our question and answer portion at the end of the show, you can use the exclamation point question in chat, followed by your question, and the bot will snag those from chat, and we'll read those off at the end of the show. If we're not live and you want to ask a question or submit any kind of feedback at all, feel free to shoot me an email at crocs@knackers.com. And of course, lastly, if you enjoy the podcast and you would like to help the show and support it in a completely free way, you can please consider leaving a review for the podcast on iTunes. So, first and foremost, let's go around the room real quick. We'll introduce you guys to everybody. So, SaltySam, we'll start with you.
My name is SaltySam. You can find me on Twitch at SaltySam, on Twitter at TheSaltySam, and on Instagram, Salty All Day.
What's up? My name is Jimmy, aka MiddleAgedStream. You can find me on Twitch and Instagram at MiddleAgedStream. MiddleAgedStream on Twitter.
I am MrFortyTwo. I'm on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitch at MrFortyTwo, and also on Twitter at MrFortyTwoTV.
You guys ever get beer throat where you have this bubble at the back of your throat and it just will not go away no matter how many times you swallow?
Beer throat.
Anybody?
I have that. I have beer throat every day of the week.
Okay. All right. Just making sure it's not just me. It also might not be beer. My name is Knackers. You guys can find me on this very channel, or you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Knackers with 3 A's. Before we get into anything else, it is obvious that not only the gaming world, but just the world in general was struck with quite the tragedy today that happened in Florida. And we first want to issue, some heartwarming statements. And I just want to say that we're not going to be getting into any discussion revolving around that story. This isn't really the time and place for it. We like to keep politics out of my Twitch channel, particularly. If you want to have that conversation elsewhere, you're more than happy, but we're not going to be touching on that topic tonight. We're also not going to be taking any questions about it because we're not trying to stir up any political discussions. It's just not in the best interest of everybody. But we do have a couple things that we wanted to hit on, so Jimbo, I'll let you go first.
Just kind of echo off of what you said. I was at work today, and I heard the news, and my heart just dropped. For those of you that know me, my day job too, I'm a teacher and a coach, and so with the mass shootings, the school shootings, this is something that and it doesn't obviously just happen in schools, and it happened at this gaming event. This is something that even this year, tomorrow is the first day of school for the year. And, one of the things even we had to spend a lot of time on, in preparation for going to school this week was training for these types of things to happen. And like you said, I don't want to politicize this, obviously. And that's not what I did want to say. But I think a lot of times there's a tendency to kind of feel when something like this happens. I know at least me personally, the thought goes through my mind what if this were to happen here? What if this were to happen to me? Or what would I do? And the best suggestion I can make is, and this is something I address with my students, is always have a plan. I know that's kind of maybe a morbid way to think, but I think it's a real way to think. If you walk into a building or you go somewhere, have an idea of where the exits are, where to get out, because the truth is, if you ever get in a really bad, shitty situation, where this would, could happen, your brain's not going to function the right way. So, care about you guys. I care about the community here. And obviously want you to be safe. And it's a fucked up world we live in, that we have to even think about this sort of thing. But one thing that you can do, if you're listening to this right now to be proactive is shoot when you're out in public places, know your exits. And if that helps one person out there, then job done. So take care of you guys. That's all I got.
Salty42, anything to say?
Nah, just reiterating what y'all said. I mean, it's definitely a time where even if you're as heartless as you could be, or as blinded by your politics as you could be, and everybody knows my background when it comes to guns and stuff like that, but it's a time where you have to think about all the people in your life that maybe you've forgotten about or you've taken advantage of or not taken advantage of, and just get back to, loving the people that you have in your life, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we don't have the same up in Canada. Our stuff is a lot more different than your guys' stuff down there, but something I got to think about up here too. From time to time, it can happen anywhere. That's like you guys say. So best to be on your guard and keep an eye out for people you love and tell them you love them every chance you get, because it could happen anywhere. Crazy news.
It really is. I saw it kind of as soon as the news broke, and I was just in shock. And to kind of go off of what Jimmy said, another thing too is if you're ever the designated driver, if on a night out, maybe try and think about the role of being the designated eyes and ears. Keep your eyes peeled. Again, like Jimmy said, check out the exits, where the doors are at. Give a quick look to the people coming in, that kind of stuff. It's sad that that's our reality now, is you kind of have to have somebody to be on the lookout in order for everybody to get home safe. But that's just how it is. The only thing I really wanted to say is don't let the one thing I always see when these tragedies happen is we spend more time judging how people react to the tragedy rather than the tragedy itself. Like somebody tweeting out thoughts and prayers and then somebody else coming along and going, your thoughts and prayers don't mean shit. How about doing something worthwhile? Don't let anybody tell you how to feel. Just react how you react. See if there's something that you can do that can benefit somebody. Yeah, sure. Maybe if you find a charity that you can donate some money to, if there's anything that's going on, like if there's funeral costs or if there's medical costs for anybody that was involved, absolutely. But just don't be afraid to tweet out that you're feeling sorry. It's okay to feel emotion and use Twitter as an outlet for that. Don't let anybody get on your ass. It's okay to reveal sadness and to feel for people. That's my only thing. It's like there's so many people who are so judgmental on how people react to things. It's like just everybody's on fucking high alert right now. We're all very tense. Emotions are high. It's okay. But
and real brief. I like what you said there. It's everybody's different, man. I mean, everybody grieves differently. Everybody reacts. So, do what's best for you. Do what's best for you.
Absolutely. On that note, we will get on with the rest of the show. Again, we love all you guys. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with us, and we love you all. All right. What are we drinking tonight?
I'm drinking Bud Lights and have been drinking Bud Lights since about 12 noon today.
Did you stray away from the Bud Light at all, or is it just Bud Light all day?
No, I'm not. I'm just going for quantity at this point.
My man.
Quality's out the door. It's too fucking hot outside to be drinking thick ass porters and shit.
Oh, there's nothing worse than an extremely lukewarm IPA on a hot summer day, just standing out there sucking on dry hops.
No, a lukewarm IPA on any day. No, IPAs are meant to be cold.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
I'm drinking. It is a Alamo Brew Oktoberfest beer. So it's a Marzen style beer. It's darker than a typical lager or anything, but it's it's a Bavarian fest beer. And when it's a hot day, a cold one of these is pretty damn good.
Bavarians know what the fuck is up.
They sure fucking do. They sure do.
And again, Oktoberfest, two podcasts in a row. This is such a good fucking beer.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a fridge that's got lots of beer in it, but I'm on call, so I can't drink it. So I've got Tim Hortons extra coffee.
How many of those mugs do you have?
Just this one.
Just that one?
I go through the cabinet. I'm like, I'm gonna have this on Crocs. I gotta take the Timmy's one because someone's gonna comment on it.
How many times do you use it before you wash it?
Pretty much right away because I put creamer in it. If I don't necessarily clean it out right away, then I don't like the little nasty milk bits that get in there.
A little curdish.
Yeah.
By the way, how are you still liking those wireless headphones?
I love them.
Yeah?
I love the replaceable battery. That's like my favorite thing. And range on it's really good. Can go all the way down to my basement, still pick up everything.
Damn.
I've been absolutely in love with this one. I haven't tried the mic yet. I don't plan to, but it's worked wonders for me, especially for playing with the Vive and everything too.
So you haven't used it with the Vive at all?
No, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. Sorry, did I say the opposite? It works really good for the Vive.
Oh, okay.
It fits really well over top of the Deluxe Audio head strap.
I meant the microphone specifically.
Oh, the mic? I haven't touched the mic at all. I can hear it if I unmute it, and then I can like talk into it. I can hear it in my headset. And if I talk right now, it's just static.
What the fuck?
I don't know if it's just like super gainy or what. Like it's meant to be like out here, but like if I put it like right here and I talk, it's just like.
What the hell?
So I'm not even gonna try.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
This headset mic. What do you expect?
I'm drinking some summer shandy. I was at the liquor store a couple days ago and I saw 2 boxes of summer shandy left on the shelf, and I saw
It's the lemon, right? The lemon.
Yeah, it's like it's a lemon shandy. I won't say it's lemonade. It's definitely a lemon shandy, but man, I can drink so fucking many of those. It's weird. I can drink a lot. As soon as I get to like number 5, I'm like solid. And then I drink number 6 and I'm like, oh man, this caught up really, really fast. But it's not until you pass that threshold that it happens.
Yeah, yeah. And each one gets easier to drink in succession.
It's
like 2 is easier than 1, 3 is easier than 2. Oh yeah.
Especially if you're outside. It's just water. I don't know. It's like the beer sweats, and then the taste of lemon and the taste of alcohol just come out, and they're gone, and then you're just drinking water at that point.
I like to refer to those lemon shandies as those are in the summertime when I'm grilling. I always have a 6-pack of that shit because that's like the perfect grill beer.
Yeah.
It really is. When it's hot and the freaking coals are hitting you, and you're like, ah. Yeah.
When we went to the liquor store, Weenie picked up a 6-pack of Not Your Father's fruit punch. It's a not carbonated alcoholic fruit punch. A little too sweet for me. I never thought I would say that in regards to alcohol and sweetness, but a little too much for me. But she likes it a lot. Well,
those Not Your Father's root beers used to knock me on my fucking ass.
Those are dank. They are quite potent.
I don't drink them anymore. I'm pretty sure I threw up off them once, and now that as soon as I smell root beer, I'm just like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's it. Dunzo. All right, what have we been up to lately?
I've been working my ass off still. As you can see, we've made a little bit of progress here. Guitars are back up on the wall. I haven't worked on the network at all because my son's 3rd birthday was Wednesday and his birthday party for the family and friends and stuff was today. So it was basically just a mad dash to clear out shit out of the garage and clean up the house and set everything up so that it's not like looking as though we have vagrants living in the living room. So we got everything done, and it was a good party, a nice day. It was like in the 80s and not that humid. And the best part about this house as far as the outside goes is that because we're surrounded entirely by old growth trees, there is nowhere in my yard you can go where you're like in direct sunlight.
Oh, that's nice.
So there's a shitload of shade trees everywhere, and we even put the playset that I had built at the other house. We moved it here, and I put it on this side of the house in between like 6 trees, so the whole fucking playset's undercover.
Nice.
So the kids can play, and I don't have to fucking sweat my ass off.
Did you successfully transfer the place that you built?
Yeah.
Wow.
I took the beam that has the swings off. I took the ladders and the slide off, and then me and fans and 2 of my buddies just picked it up, put it in the trailer, drove it over here. It almost tipped over coming down the hill in my driveway. Like I was like, we don't need to strap this. It's like 1,000 pounds. It'll be fine. As soon as we like hit the downhill slope coming into my driveway, all the weight shifted, and the whole thing like kind of. I was like, slam the gas pedal and just fucking.
Oh my god.
Hauled ass up the other side. So, but yeah, we set it all back up. It's great.
Would you have rebought it and rebuilt it if you broke it?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
What do you think you could hire the Amish to build it if you just said, hey, just come to my house and build this shit, bill me for hours?
Guaranteed.
Think so?
Yeah, they'd have it done like fucking 3 hours.
Do you think
I bought a shed from the Amish guys that are right down the street from me, and it was $2,000 cheaper than anywhere else for the same size and finish, and I custom designed the whole thing, like where I wanted the doors was different, the windows were different. I made it a foot taller ceiling. I wanted venting, all this shit. So they're custom building this thing from scratch in a week.
wow.
And this is a place that just churns out sheds. Like a fucking giant warehouse they built out in this field. Awesome.
Crazy.
Gas-powered air compressors. I mean, they're kind of cheating with that shit, but... I mean, they have the coolest tools, because it's all like shit you would never think... I didn't even know some of the shit existed. I didn't realize there were circular saws that were pneumatic. Just air-powered.
That's insane.
They have like old propane tanks that are welded into fucking air tanks and shit. It's crazy.
Air tanks and welded onto air tanks?
Crazy.
Cats and dogs living together in sanity.
It's awesome. But yeah, I don't ever want to do that again. I'll pay the fucking money for the next one.
Fair enough.
Or there just won't be one. I'll be like, Woods, there's your playground.
Grow up, child.
that was my playground when I was a kid.
Right.
Me too. The same exact woods he's playing in now.
Woods and holes in the ground.
Sticks and stones.
Yep.
But as far as other shit, I've been off work this week, but I worked the week before. I go back on Tuesday. I work one more week, and then I'm off until October 4th. So I took a week off to go to the beach, and then nobody had picked the weeks following that. Like the other guys, I have to pick at the bottom of the list because I took that new job.
Right.
So the other guys all picked first, and nobody picked any other weeks in September. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just not going to come back to work starting the 8th of September. So I get off that morning from night shift, and then I'm off for 3 weeks and change, almost 4 weeks. So we're going to go down to the beach week 1, stay in the beach house, and then we're going to come back up, and I'm going to sit on my fucking ass for 2 weeks because I've been busting sack around here, and I'm about done.
Good man.
Dude, you say that, but you're not. I know you too well. You're not. You're going to sit on your duff sometimes, but the salty itch is going to be like, oh, what can I craft today? What can I create?
I don't think so.
It's you.
I'm dead, man. I'm dead. The old salty's dead.
After a week on the
Fucking
beach, I bet you when you come back, you're going to find something to occupy your
Oh
time.
yeah, I'll definitely be productive in some sense, but
Sure.
like sitting on my ass when I say it, for those of you who don't know me very well, sitting on my ass means at least half of my day is gonna be not doing shit.
Right.
That doesn't mean I'm gonna get up and just never get out of bed and fuck off. Like I'll be up at the ass crack of dawn to get my son to daycare, and once he goes to daycare, I'll get something done until like noon, and then I'll just fuck off for like 10 hours straight.
Best way to do it. Fucking off is the best.
I mean, as far as the major shit here, it's all working. Everything is functional. So all the stupid little crap that was broke when we came is fixed. you know, if I'm doing anything now, it'll be something I actually want to do instead of fucking work. So hopefully that'll be done, because I downloaded and started up No Man's Sky after the podcast last time. And I just wanted to get back to the controls and kind of the setup, because I hadn't played it since launch pretty much. I played the first version before they ever even patched it at all, and said fuck that. So I re-downloaded, and I'm looking forward to playing that. And I've been checking out shit to maybe get back into streaming a little bit. So the new OBS updates just make me want to play around in OBS. So
it's so much fun.
I know y'all have been talking about it, so I'm excited to take a look around again, because I don't even think I have any scenes set up in OBS anymore. I'm pretty sure I deleted them.
Weenie and I both sat in our offices for like 4 hours, either yesterday or the day before, just working on OBS shit. It's gotten real fun to just kind of mess around with.
I'm jealous.
No time, Jimmy.
No.
But that's it for me. I haven't been gaming at all the last 2 weeks. I think I started up. I might have played for an hour, just fucking around. Because, like, what I want to do eventually is I just want to fuck around on the first one, and then I'm going to, like, roulette my chances on starting new games until I start on a planet that's worth a fuck.
Right.
It's like the old days of, like, seeding servers.
Yep.
So anytime you're in somewhere that's even remotely random generated, it does you good to just fucking cycle through a couple worlds, maybe spend an hour exploring before you start building out anything. So
Chewie, we're home.
pretty much. So
Sweet.
Well, I have been busy AF. I've been back at work for football for the last 3 weeks. We had this last week. I was saying it, I think, when you were getting the stream set up, Knackers. I tabulated my hours. I think I worked, because I'm working 7 days a week now for the next month. I'll have 1 day off at the end of September, and then another 1 day off the beginning of October, and then my next day off won't be till the middle of November. So I've got 2 days off in the next 3 months, just about. But I'm not telling you guys this to feel sorry for me. It's just that's how crazy Texas high school football season is for the coaches. So, like, we work every day. So 76 hours this week. I'm thinking next week will probably be in the 80s. But it's okay. The grind in a weird roundabout way. I know this is going to sound sick, but even though I complain about it sometimes, I kind of like it too, because I feel like during these times, when it's football season, I'm so efficient with my time because I'm so limited with my time,
right?
You know, so I feel like even though I'm working and I have so many things on my plate, I feel like my brain, I guess it's just by necessity, you know, my brain just goes into overdrive during these months. I sleep less. I think the hardest thing for me is I don't really get to spend time with my family barely at all. You know, I don't get to see my son. There's some days where the only time I see my son, if I see him at all, is to say goodnight to him, you know?
Oh,
and
man.
that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. But you know, and my wife, obviously she's up later. So, but we're like strangers in the night sometimes, you know, because of just how things go. But
are you saying sometimes you give her the stranger?
Yeah, sometimes.
only
And
in
then,
the night.
I wanted to tell you guys this story too. This is non-gaming related shit that happened to me this week. It was crazy. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you might have seen this shit. But okay, so I guess it was like, I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday. I woke up in the morning at 5 to get up. I had to be at work at 6 a.m. for football practice in the morning, right? So I get up, I'm getting dressed, and I'm putting my shoes on, and like the moment I put my shoe on, I immediately feel a stabbing sharp pain in my toe. And then it is followed by another sharp stabbing pain in my toe. And I feel like I've been bitten. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like a bad bite. And I pull my foot out of my shoe, and out pops a freaking scorpion that starts crawling out of my shoe. So I smash it with my shoe, and I'm cursing and screaming. My big toe, like swells up like this big. This was on Tuesday. I remember this now. It was on Tuesday, and no, we didn't have football practice in the morning. I was going to it was like the annual, like the school district comes together and like all the teachers and all the staff meets at this like gathering, and there's hundreds of us there, and I'm limping around all morning because my big toe goes from this size to this size. I mean, it is just throbbing all day, right? Anyway, so I'm pissed off. I take some Tylenol. I suck it up. All I can do is deal with it. I got football practice in the evening, for several hours. All I could do is deal with it, kind of laugh about it, whatever, right? No big deal. Got stung by a scorpion twice this morning, right? The day can only get better from here. So I go home. I get home at night at like 9:30 or so. My wife has dinner for me. I jump in the shower. I'm trying to relax. We're watching a TV show. It's about 10:30. I go to put my flip-flops on to go let the dogs in from outside, and as I lean my feet over on the side of the bed to put my flip-flops on, I feel something crawling across the top of my foot. And then zap, again, another scorpion crawled out from under my bed and got the side of my foot right before I was going to bed.
Oh my God.
Same foot. I mean, inches away from the first scorpion stings. I don't know what the odds are of that, but that's got to be like, fuck,
And after the first one, how are you not checking every shoe that you own?
Right.
Well, it wasn't in my shoe. It crawled out from under the bed. And here's what happened. So what I think happened is that day I got this. My wife called the exterminator, and the exterminator came out and sprayed the whole house, put all the stuff for the scorpions, because it's real dry here right now. So they happen. I've never seen one in my house. I've never seen one ever except for Tuesday when I saw two of them, and they both stung me. So
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Fucking Texas.
Why couldn't those assholes use their fucking pincers first?
It didn't feel good. I will tell you that much. And I was just kind of cursing, and I was pissed, but at the same time, I was like half mad, just half laughing hysterically. My wife was like, "Are you okay?" Because I'm like, "What are the odds of this happening? What are the odds?"
That is so fucking terrible.
But anyway,
you taught me a lesson that not all scorpions are created equal. I thought if you're stung by a scorpion, your dick swells up and you're dead.
No. Scorpions, there's only about, now some people have serious allergies to scorpions. I am not allergic. I'm not really allergic to anything. So the only thing that happened to me is it hurt and it swelled up a little bit, but no big deal. The last time I was stung by a scorpion, I was in Iraq, and that was when I was deployed, and I didn't, they always tell you when you get there to make sure you leave your boots upright and don't leave them laying over, because a scorpion will crawl in there or whatever. And the one freaking time I forget to do that, fucking scorpion crawled in my boot and stung me the next morning. But anyway, so yeah, make sure, guys, if you're in a dry area, you shake your shoes out, okay? Because shit. But yeah, I've just been busy with work. Start school tomorrow. So there's always that little bit of anxiety. And I've been teaching now for like 8 years. So, I mean, I kind of have my routine down. I kind of know what I do the first couple days. I try and do some icebreakers with some of the students and whatever, and kind of set some ground rules and whatnot. But
this is Jimmy's house.
Yeah, it's like, this is my house. This is not a democracy. This is fuck you. I'm the boss. No, I've gotten better every year, and one thing I have learned over time in my profession is that the better job you can do of making connections with your students in the classroom, the harder they're going to work for you. It's no different in coaching too, and I think and that applies in really any profession. If you've got any sort of subordinate, if you take the time to actually make a connection with somebody, more than likely they're going to work a lot harder for you. So. And I mean, you guys, you also have to kind of be competent at what you're doing also. But I feel like I'm fairly competent. You guys have seen me quote plenty of nerdy historical facts in here.
Yep.
Well, What gaming wise, I have not had much time to game. I played a little bit of No Man's Sky last weekend. I didn't even come in my office this week at all. Like except to like some people were streaming. I would put their stream up, leave a lurk on, and then go to bed. I haven't had the time. I played God of War last night when I streamed yesterday. Got back into that. Hadn't played that in nearly 3 months. And I'm glad I got back into it because it's such a fantastic game. I'm going to finish that game. I'm pretty much going to just keep playing that until I finish it because I need to finish it. It's really, really good. And then I downloaded again. I don't know if you guys still play this, but Fallout Shelter. It's a fun little time wasty game. I was doing it at work. It's a fun game to play for 5 minutes at work, which that's all I really have time to play.
Right.
You know, I'll pull the iPad open and I'll do a few things and close it. So it gives me a little bit of gaming fix, you know, at the office. So, and then I put this as a note down because I totally forgot about it. But I'm probably planning on buying the new Spider-Man game that's about to hit for PS4 because it just looks. I mean, I'll probably wait as long as the reviews are solid for it. I'll pick it up. It looks really cool.
I'm also interested in that game.
It really looks good. I really hope it reviews well because that looks like it'll be a really, really fun game. And I totally forgot about it. I can't imagine why, right? I was like, someone said it in chat in my channel the other day, and I was like, oh shit, that is about to come out. Damn. Okay. All right. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me, man. Just getting stung by shit and working my ass off.
Rip feet.
That's fucking insane.
God.
Non-gaming wise, I've pretty much just been working. Been going on some bike rides. Our weather's starting to already change. We've had like, I don't know. I know most of you guys are pretty much all east of me, but we've had the forest fires from BC and like moving down into like the Washington State area. The forest fires this year have been just insane. So my whole city's just been covered in smoke for the past like 2 weeks. So it's been really hard to actually get outside and be physical because you're just fucking coughing up a lung every 5 minutes from
That's
how much
so
smoke there is.
crazy.
They said there was a couple days where my company actually sent out emails telling us go home because it's so smoky that it's like dangerous to your health. They were saying that for the average person, if they were outside for like the normal 8 hours that like an outdoor person would work, or if you were basically outside for any certain length of time, it was like the equivalent of smoking 6 cigarettes.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty bad. So doing anything outside these days is kind of been shitty, and it's like a lot of people are saying it's going to become like the new norm up here, just with how close we are to BC and all the forest fires they keep having. So it really sucks because I really enjoy summer, and I really don't want every summer to be like that. It's just brutal. You can't do anything outside, and like for me, I don't have AC, so I have to keep my windows open in my house so that my house.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So it can get pretty shitty. We had a couple coworkers that went down just from like throat problems and can't breathe as well as they normally do.
Does when you have your windows open, can you hear Mother Nature saying sorry? Sorry.
It would be more like sorry.
Sorry.
Canadian Mother Nature.
Yeah, and then like Paul's saying too, like most of it's man-made stuff, and then like the other part of it is just like lightning storms that end up happening in BC. There was like 500 plus fires going on right now out in BC, so it's pretty insane out there right now, and I'm hoping that only thing I can really hope is that all the firefighters that are out there working on that stuff are staying safe and doing what they can, because they're doing fucking God's work for us right now.
It's fucking crazy. It's been the same way in California this year too.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask.
Fucking stop. LA fires are still going.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if it was fires that started in the United States and made their way up. I don't know how much of Canada. I don't know how much of Canada is connected to the United States over on the West Coast. Is it all solid land from, like, can you cross the border by land over where you're at?
Where I'm at? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if there's any bodies of water that separate you guys from us, because you are the others.
Yeah, well, and actually, there was actually a last year they had a bunch of really bad forest fires too, and there was one town in the province that I live in that got evacuated, and like they came very close to losing a whole bunch of structures out there, and a lot of people almost lost their homes. And that same city this past week had warnings to evacuate again this year.
Wow.
It's just like that would just be brutal. Like every year you're getting evacuated from your house,
Right.
just because of bullshit forest fires. Like it just sucks.
Yeah. There's a lot of places where I'm just like, that's fucking crazy. People still live there. Like
Yeah.
Tornado Alley has been readily identified in the United States for like 50 years.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I'm not
I'll buy a
living
house
nowhere in there. Fuck that.
No way.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I'll take-
scorpions.
No,
Or
dude,
floods.
I'll take 10 scorpion stings on my foot any day of the week rather than living in a place where there's tornadoes.
Yeah, that shit's scary as
I've
fuck.
lived in a place. I've seen the aftermath of a tornado that hit like 2 miles from where I lived when I lived in Alabama, killed all these kids and all these people. I was just like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've had quite a few in the area, but like when I don't know what year it was you were in Alabama, but we went on a road trip a couple years after high school. I went to my buddy's college graduation in Mississippi, and we drove through Alabama, and Alabama was like fucked. The town we drove through had just been obliterated, and you could just see the path of this thing.
Beginning of 2007 was the one I was there for. It went through a high school and killed a bunch of kids.
That was a couple years before then, but still, it's fucking crazy, man.
It is.
How much time do you have in between a tornado forming and it touching the ground?
Minutes.
Yeah.
Really?
If
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
If that.
There's no tornado. They put out the warnings and stuff if they have the weather. You know, I'm not a meteorologist, but my understanding is, hurricanes. There's no excuse unless you're either very elderly and you can't get out, or you're, it happens where some people are just very, very poor and they can't leave. But if you have the means, which most people do, to get out for a hurricane, you need to get the fuck out. Tornadoes, on the other hand, I mean, they come out of nowhere. I mean, they can form almost instantly.
Jesus.
What happened?
You okay, bud? Jesus.
I guess I triggered him when I said come out of nowhere.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What happened? Was
That
there
was
a
a
scorpion
foam
in your
tornado.
beer?
There was so much foam in that beer.
Oh my god. I thought TeamSpeak
spit.
was dying.
Everywhere.
Yep, time to clean the keyboard.
I knew it was foam because as soon as I heard him cough and I looked up, I just saw like white all over his mouth.
Oh my god.
Look at those handsome shorts.
Yeah, speaking of hurricanes, Jesus.
Yeah.
Salty's wet.
Fucking laundry day at Salty Sam's house.
Jesus Christ. I smell beer.
I can't wait till he hehears that when he listens back.
Oh my god. For the audio listeners, Salty Sam choked on his foamy beer and ejaculated everywhere.
There's fucking beer on everything.
Could someone please go back and clip that? Because that's going to be clip worthy, please.
Gotta break in the house somehow, Salty.
Well, the good thing is I had the guard on the mic, so none of it got through the guard. But everywhere else is covered in beer.
Oh man.
Continue.
Yeah, so pretty much other than that stuff, yeah, there hasn't really been a whole lot going on outside of gaming, I guess. I had to do a pretty thorough fucking cleaning of my house because I had a lady friend over today, so that was pretty much what I've been spending my last few days doing.
How tall
yeah.
is she?
Pretty short,
Really? Just
Yeah,
like
she's like-
Nick likes them.
like right to here on me.
Oh!
And I'm not that tall. I'm not that tall. So
I could tell there was something different about that. Yeah, a little more sparkle in your eyes.
A little pep in
there,
his
buddy.
step.
A little bit more pep.
My man.
No, we went out and played some tennis today. I realized that I'm absolutely shit at tennis.
Wait, that's
Found
what
that
you
out.
did?
That's what, yeah, that's some of the stuff.
That's
we did,
awesome.
Yeah. Yep, we played some tennis. She does a shit ton of activities. She does like mountain biking, fucking she just snowboards, so we're gonna do a bunch of snowboarding this winter. Golfing. We got tons of stuff lined up. We're actually going axe throwing tomorrow.
Whoa!
What?
Yeah.
First, you get to hit some balls her way, and then you get to throw some axes.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, pretty much just been doing that non-gaming wise. Gaming wise, me, Kalnohe, and Stefsky are my local friends. We've been playing a shit ton of Dark Souls. We've actually been playing like now. Me and Kalnohe were playing it for quite a while together, and then now we've gotten Stefsky playing it. So we're actually doing like 3-man teams going into a bunch of the dungeons, which has been a really, really fun time because me and Kalnohe go in with like spell casting people, and then Stefsky goes in with the brute style version character, just trying to be our tank for us, and it's been a lot of fun. And I'm already looking forward to playing Dark Souls 2 and 3, which a year ago I didn't think I would ever say, because when I first started playing Dark Souls 1, I was like, this game fucking sucks. Who would ever play this bullshit?
Right.
But it's way more fun when you're playing with people. I ended up buying, I totally forgot that it came out, and I realized it on Friday night. I spent all fucking Friday night playing the Mega Man X collection because they finally released it on Steam.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've been playing this shit out of that because that was like my childhood. And I suck at it. I was fighting the first boss and I died like 5 times and had to redo the level over and over and over. I was like, how am I this bad at this? Like, I used to be able to beat these bosses no problem, but
Reaction time, brother.
Yeah, I guess so.
Getting old. And, well, it's just, it's like any other skill. Think about it. Back then when you were playing that all the time, you were probably playing a lot of platformers. How many platformers do you play now?
Yeah,
you know?
not very often anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think it also, I don't know if the fact that using an Xbox One controller versus the actual SNES controller probably changes things.
Latency with the controller too.
The Xbox D-pad kind of blows. So
yeah, I've been using the joystick, and I actually haven't found it's been too bad.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know if there's just like an ever so slight hint of lag on it that's causing it, but it's still fun.
I use the PS4 controller now when I'm playing stuff. You can download a do you have a PS4 controller?
I don't have a PS4.
Oh, never mind. Forget what I said. Never mind.
But yeah, so I've been playing that, and then pretty much other than that, Overwatch. I've been playing a shit ton of that still. They came out with the new hero, Wrecking Ball, which is just the fucking one of the most troll heroes you can play, but actually incredibly fun to play. It's a pain in the ass to play against. It's super fun to play with.
Okay.
And then I actually jumped back into Hearthstone a little bit this past week because they came out with a new single player mode called Puzzle Lab, and it's actually like they have like different puzzles in the game. Like one is called Lethal, and it basically sets you up with a board where you have the ability to kill the enemy hero in one turn, and you have to figure out a way to do it with the cards that you have. So it's just like a cool little like puzzle game to play inside the already puzzle game of Hearthstone.
So it's a card game within a card game?
Yeah, essentially. But it's a good game to play on the pooper or when you're at work and you got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Poop cards.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, that is it.
Okay.
Hey.
Jimbo, I was going to ask, how much weight do you lose in between now and November?
I will hit peak weight loss by the end of September. Like, since we started, I've lost... Okay, I weighed 197. Like, I hit peak weight gain before I go back to work at the end of summer. I weigh 185 right now. So I've lost 12 pounds in, I guess, the last 3 weeks.
Holy fuck, dude. And that's... God. Now, do you think that's activity or just straight up sweat? Just sweating that shit all goddamn day?
It's mostly sweat. It's water weight. I mean, because I drink a lot of beer in the summertime. I mean, let's face it, I drink beer year round. But I mean, in the summertime especially, I drink a lot of beer. So all it takes is, you know, being out in the sun and moving around and sweating your ass off plenty. And then a lot of it too is I'm not sleeping as much. So, you know, I'm up and moving around and doing stuff. So you just, you know, burn more calories. So,
Yep.
I guess.
Good shit. All right. As far as myself, it's been a week since I've done the last podcast, 2 weeks since we've done the last free for all. Really, I mean, I don't do much that's not related to gaming or Twitch. Just a lot of sob searching, a lot of job searching, a lot of applying, talking on the phone, that kind of stuff. I had a friend's housewarming party last weekend that I went to. That was a good time. And that's pretty much it as far as non-gaming or Twitch stuff. As far as gaming, however, I got into playing some Titanfall 2, of course, playing some Borderlands 2 with Weenie. I played some Enter the Gungeon. I'm still working on Far Cry 5. And last night I played PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's a battle royale game you guys might have heard about. It's been around quite some time. And I was playing it last night. And I had fun. It had been 7 months since the last time I launched the game. And it's definitely way better than when it was 7 months ago when I stopped playing it. 7 months ago, it still wasn't performing well. They didn't have any of the smaller maps. They didn't have the playlist where you could choose what maps you wanted to play on. It was terrible. It was a terrible gaming experience for me way back then. But I have such a love-hate relationship with Battle Royale games because would you consider Fortnite a AAA title?
No.
No.
Okay, neither would I. So we have yet to have like a out of the gate stable AAA title Battle Royale game. Like every Battle Royale game that has come out, they've all been either alphas, betas, or early accesses. All of them. And it's super fucking frustrating because I enjoy the Battle Royale genre of games. I enjoy it. But none of the games have really been that great. Now, Fortnite, I think, is an exceptional game. Just not my cup of tea. We are watching, Weenie and I watched through all of Dr. Disrespect's Giggle Games, his clip compilations on YouTube, which are fucking gold, by the way. They are amazing videos. And he had videos dating all the way back from Z1, like an original OG Z1, all the way up till current patch. The game was always fucking broken. The entire time the game has been in existence, some part of the game has been broken, whether it was vehicles or map or certain weapons, or it's always been shit. Like, how the hell did this game make so much money? Why did we put up with this for so long? Do you think there's going to be another game that can come out like that gamers will put up with being that broken?
Yes.
You do think so?
Yeah.
Because people, I mean, the Battle Royale thing is the flavor of the month. I mean, it's been obviously more than a month, but I'm just using that euphemism. And everybody's trying to, it will eventually, and I think 42 mentioned this. It was a while back. It's constantly shifting. Right now it's Battle Royale, and until whatever the next thing is, and then there'll be a bunch of copycats, and people are going to put up with it because that is the big thing, you know?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not saying we're not putting up with copycats. I'm talking about, do you think that anybody is going to be able to put out a game as broken as H1Z1 was or PUBG was back in the day? And do you think it can still be successful, or do you think we've passed that threshold of tolerance?
I think maybe they can put one out, but not in the same genre. Like, the reason why H1 carried so much weight was because fucking Battle Royale, even though it had been out for a while, it was always a PC only because it was an Arma mod and all this other shit. So you break this game off and you make it more console friendly to where you can cross platform. Of course, it's going to evolve. Now, the fact that it's still around, it just boggles my fucking mind. But
Same.
I mean, we all played it. I know I did. That's me and fucking Knackers. We used to stream that game together. So
Yep.
yeah, we all put up with it because it was new in the genre, and as better games came out, that's why it practically died completely when PUBG came out. even though PUBG was broke as fuck for half time it's been out too.
Yeah, and it's the gameplay itself is still pretty good, but there's still a lot of problems with like menus and UIs, and like the amount of connection errors that I got just trying to party up with people or to just get out of a match or click a playlist. It was like, please try later. Please try later. Server's busy.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm just trying to select a playlist. What the? Who
Even
am I
when
contacting?
You were fucking buying crates and it was giving you connection
Right,
errors to the
like,
store.
Let me spend in-game currency. But
I think the other thing too is like as long as there's big streamers playing those games, people are still gonna play the shit out of them.
Yeah.
They want to get a piece of that. They want to get in either into the game where the streamer is and stream snipe them, or just be involved in the game.
right.
Or they just want to have this, like, they see a streamer have a crazy experience with another person on the map with voice chat or whatever, and they're like, I want to have that experience, so they play the game too. And
Yep.
I mean, that's how I got into DayZ, from watching fucking Frankie on YouTube
Yep.
for years. So
So
it carries weight.
It
At the end
does.
of the fucking day, that the genre in and of itself, H1Z1, and now Fortnite and PUBG have carried people to the top of Twitch.
absolutely.
A lot of people.
Yep.
A lot of people.
Grims, C's, Doc, to just name a few out of many.
I know, half of the fucking partners that are playing Fortnite now weren't partners prior to.
Yep. Yep.
They damn sure weren't professional video game players.
Right. Right.
we just haven't had a really good space version of a BR yet.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
would
I'm waiting for.
that would suck me in, man.
Suck me dry.
Suck it dry. Suck it. Oh yeah.
So yeah, in conclusion, I actually had a lot of fun. If it was the same exact game, same map, same guns, I wouldn't have had fun. But the game being, they have the Battle Royale and then they have Mini Royale or whatever it's called. It's a map that's half the size with the same amount of people. So way more action. Games go by quicker. Not so much mid-game where you're just looting for 15 minutes, not seeing anybody, and then just to get sniped from afar because like you can't find a scope, even though you've hit fucking 15 buildings. Loot distribution on those smaller maps is much more even. And there was only one match out of all of the games that I played where I couldn't find a gun at the beginning of the game. Every other time I landed, there was a gun in the first two buildings. I don't mind traveling 1, 2, 3 buildings to find a gun, but when I'm going through 7 or 8 different separated structures that don't have weapons, I lose my shit very, very fast. But I didn't have an inkling of rage last night. It was a very pleasant experience. So I'll play it again. Weenie and I were going to play it again today. I just ran out of time. I'm not going to make it a regular streaming game just because I don't want to be a BR streamer. I have no desire. But it's always good to have a fallback game that you can kind of jump back into if you need to.
I enjoyed watching y'all play some last night. I thought, and I hadn't seen the game in so long. And they've updated it so much. It was kind of cool to see how it's still PUBG, but it's definitely been fine-tuned a lot more than the last time I played it, for sure.
It still has this, like, Counter-Strike 1.6 texture pack to it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it still looks, it's smooth. It runs very well. I was pushing 100 frames the holy night, but goddamn if the textures aren't terrible. They're so bad, but
it definitely runs better now than it did the last time I played it.
Yep,
for sure.
I would when that game first was playable. As soon as you would start shooting somebody and the blood spatters would hit your screen, you would drop to like 15 FPS, and it just made gunfights almost impossible And that was on what was my last GPU was not a 980. A 780 Ti is what I had before my 1080, and that just could not keep up when that game first came out. But
remember when you like shotgun people and the blood splatter, it would like just cease time. Everything would just be like you shoot, and then it would go.
yeah, and like, oh, I died somewhere within those 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I remember a strategy some people had early on too was when you would go for cover. If you run in front of the buildings, if someone's trying to shoot you across from a field, like it would get choppy for people if they were scanning across and you're running in front of buildings too. You know, when that first game came out.
Yeah.
So, it's come a long way.
It has. So, bravo. I'll play it again soon. I've uninstalled Fortnite just like I uninstalled PUBG 7 months ago. I don't know if there will ever be a time where I go back to Fortnite just because I don't enjoy the building aspect of the game. I can jump back into pub and play and be decent, get 3-4 kills in a match. Fortnite, everybody's building masters. They're fucking architects in the flesh, and I can't compete with that. So I don't know if I'll ever go back to Fortnite, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that Fortnite is killing it right now. They're doing a really, really good job.
I just wish they bring back Blitz.
Yeah, I did like
It's
Blitz.
just like you're talking about the smaller map in PUBG being so much more fast paced, and I feel like in Blitz it didn't necessarily even the playing field by any means as far as the building aspect of that game, because the guys who are good are still good as fuck no matter how fast you're playing. But I mean, I felt like that was just so much more fun because it was just like in and out 15-minute matches, and I think I got like the first 2 duo wins I ever got in that game in Blitz.
Yep. I got a Blitz win as well.
Knackers, did you beat Titanfall 2?
No, so that was a gift sub select, so I only played it for one stream.
Oh, okay.
But
did you like it?
I've
heard
it.
So many good things about the campaign.
Dude, everything about that game is just great. It's not amazing. It's not mind-blowing, but the level design, the performance, the graphics, the gunplay, the story within the first 4 hours of what I played, very enticing. I enjoyed it very, very much, and I cannot wait to get back to it and play it.
Cool. It's on my backlog. I actually have it, but because it was like on a sale. I got it for $5. It was like some Xbox sale or something.
Okay.
But I think it's one of those games that's like an enhanced, so like it'll play in 4K on my One X. So yeah.
What does that cost nowadays?
$10 for the deluxe edition on Origin right now.
I feel bad for them because I heard that game reviewed so well and nobody bought it.
It came out on a really bad time.
Yeah, there was a
Again.
bunch of other releases.
I'm trying to remember what game came out with it, but it was one of those games where it came out on alongside a really good game.
Yep. So yeah, really good time. I don't know what it is about video games that force you to develop emotional relationships with robots. I love it and I hate it. If the Mech Warrior, if the Titan that game was just a giant like person and you climbed inside them to do all your battling, it'd be okay, cool. You're just a giant dude and I control you from stepping inside your head. Cool. No, but you're making me fall in love with a robot, and I don't appreciate it. Because I know at some point something's gonna happen to this robot and I'm not gonna be able to save it, or its fucking brain is gonna get damaged and it's not gonna be the same robot as it was at the beginning of the game, and I'm gonna be sad. So I'm mentally preparing myself. I'm trying to distance myself from the robot in game because I don't want to get too attached. But goddamn, games that make you fall in love with AI, it's not funny. It's not playing with our emotions.
I had the Star Wars. Anakin, you're breaking my heart.
You're breaking my heart. Alrighty, moving on to the gaming news and discussion. During the week, if you would like to submit a gaming or streaming related news article for us to possibly discuss on the show, we have a hashtag news channel in the Knackers Discord for all of your posting needs. So I'd like to give a shout out to the following people for submitting news articles to the Discord: Matt Weenie, Remax, Dirk TV, Nipnops, and MrFortyTwo. Thank you so very much. So first and foremost, just so you know, we have 2 articles that we just want you to know about that we're not really going to discuss. Twitch has partnered up with the artist Signal Noise to bring you some more awesome Twitch merch, including retro kappa, bits, and more. There are some fucking cool looking designs on the Amazon store right now. And from my experience, the quality of the shirts that come from Amazon are very good. If you bought a shirt in chat, if you would be willing to give a quick review of your quality. I know Weenie loves the shirts that she has. I almost said he. But yeah, very good quality shirts. So if you're into some new designs, check them out. Check out Signal Noise as an artist. He's super fucking fantastic. He's been around for a while and he did a really good job. In addition to that, H1Z1 Just Survive is shutting down. Goodbye. There's either a developer or a staff member of some sort. His name is Jace Hall, I believe, and he has made his return to the H1Z1 development team, and apparently this is the second coming of Christ regarding H1Z1. So I think they're trying to make a final push to bring H1Z1 back onto the playing field. I don't really know what they have in store, but I'm going to assume that this is the last chance that they have, because you've got 2 AAA title Battle Royale games that are coming out in October and November. Oh, wait, I think the open beta for BF5 soon. They're coming out soon. And once the gaming community gets a taste of AAA title Battle Royales, they're not going to settle for your shitty broken game anymore. So we'll see.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yes.
Because I feel like because these games evolve so fast, AAA environment is just going to leave it open to so much more pay to win style shit.
Right.
Like BF5, I just see like shit tons of crates.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be so much money.
Right. Before we get into the gaming news, the ones we're going to discuss, real quick, are you guys, we've talked about this before, I have terrible memory. Are you guys excited for BF5? Are you planning on buying it?
I don't really give a shit. I may get it if it reviews well and you guys like it, but I've never really been that into Battlefield. If it reviews well, maybe. I don't know. But
Okay.
It's not on my radar.
Yeah, me neither. I don't even have Origin installed on this computer.
Fair.
I would love to say that I don't want to get it, but I will get it because I have always had a good time playing Battlefield no matter what, even if it's for a fucking week, and that's that. The time that I do play, it's pretty damn fun. So as long as I know other people are playing it and, you know, their views aren't like, oh, this game is the worst thing I've ever seen, then I'll be getting it.
I have not confirmed this, but I was hanging out in somebody else's chat today, and somebody said that BF5 was voted the best multiplayer game of Gamescom, which just happened in Germany this past week. So not supposed to really hold any weight. I can't prove it, but it was said somewhere at some time. So that means it's going to be great. All right. First and foremost, I need you guys to talk about some random shit while I go pee, and then we'll get into this. Okay?
I got something good, because as you were telling me about those Twitch t-shirts, I just clicked on Twitch because I was like, man, I really want to get that Kappa shirt. And then you know how Twitch does this stuff or not Twitch, Amazon does this stuff like suggested for you, like products related.
Is it a big dildo?
No, that's 3 over. There was one, but not what I was looking at. No, the suggested for me, dude, the NES Classic is in stock on September 6th. So I've been waiting to get one.
Second wave.
And I've been waiting to get one of those forever. I'm about to get me a NES Classic, baby. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I haven't picked up any of them. The Super NES Classic.
I have
the
a Super NES Classic, which I modded and I made it also play Nintendo games. But I just want to have the little old NES one too, man, because I want to take that. That'd be a great one to take to work. You know, that would be a great one to take to work.
Or bring on vacations and shit, so you don't have to lug a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to have one too. I have the original NES. The problem is that less and less TVs.
Well, yeah, exactly. The problem is HDMI and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I'm probably I'm gonna go ahead. Shit, I'm about to order this shit now. Fuck it.
What are you ordering?
Live.
The NES Classic.
Ooh.
On Amazon.
I have a present for you guys.
Nice. Ooh. Tacos. Gravy. That sounds like that's sour gravy right there.
Yeah, it smells like burnt milk.
I didn't eat the gravy. I threw it away.
Now you ate it.
I really didn't. I really threw it away.
You tasted it.
I did.
I remember all the good old times when you used to just crank your gain on your mixer.
While we were playing Rocket League?
Yeah. I would just hear nothing, and then all of a sudden I just hear, oh, because you turn the gain up super high, and all of a sudden you just hear like this. Little fart come through.
You could probably hear just like the air in between my anus just exit. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Cool. NVIDIA has invented some magical shit terms that have proven that the current GPUs are 20,000 times more powerful than the most recent ones. So NVIDIA has released or announced that they are releasing a brand new set of graphics cards. And they are called the 2070, the 2080, and the 2080 Ti. Now, these are RTX, not GTX. So there's this new word that they made up that sounds really cool to the marketing team. And
got to get the ray tracing.
dude, got to get that ray tracing, bro. Like, what the fuck? I don't know.
This is like I don't give a fuck about new hardware because I just can't spend the money right now. But
Right.
going into the background of the research that went into these cards is fucking insane. They've been developing this set of cards for 10 years.
Yeah. It is impressive, but we'll see how impressive it is when the fucking cat when the stats come out. So we have the prices for the founder editions of these cards are the 2070, the base model, for $599, the 2080 mid-range model, $799, and the 2080 Ti for $1,200. Now, while writing the script, I couldn't find the prices of the non-founders editions, but I'm pretty sure it's just $100 cheaper for every model. So the founder or the non-founders 2070 would be $499. I'm pretty sure.
God damn.
Yeah,
man.
that's what they were advertising was starting from in their little meeting thing.
Yep. So during the conference, they went over a lot of stuff. They went over some of the new technology that they are deploying into these new cards. These are called touring cards. Whatever new technology they're putting into this shit. I never said this podcast was factually accurate.
Are they Alan Turing, like named after Alan Turing, the scientist, the computer scientist?
I think Turing is the.
I think they're named after like Chrysler
like,
Town and Country Touring.
Oh, like touring
It's
a countryside.
It's TURING.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the computer scientist Alan Turing.
Okay. Maybe. Now they're stealing the names of people to make it sound fancy.
Well, Tesla.
Oh, I mean,
Elon Musk had it first.
sorry,
Okay.
my history nerds coming out.
Look, I know geography and history and timelines like the back of my hand, okay?
Oh yeah,
I totally knew that Canada and the United
Like the
States were
back of
connected
my
by
head.
land.
like the back of your head, exactly. Yeah.
So in the charts that they were showing during this press conference was that these 2070 cards, the base model cards that are $500, $100 cheaper than a 1080 Ti right now, they were going to be like 4 or 5 times faster. Like
6.
out of 6? Okay, 6.
6 times.
Out of the box. What were your guys' first reactions to these cards?
I'm excited. It's going to be GDDR6 video memory on board. That Turing architecture they're talking about in this real-time ray tracing shit. The thing that blows my mind is that these fucking GPUs are basically multi-core. So these GPUs, instead of having some things being reliant on the GPU and other parts being reliant on your CPU, the GPU chip itself is actually physically split into pieces.
Yep.
Within the one chip, within the one die. It's like 6 or 7 different processors within itself, each dedicated to a different part. So like the ray tracing, the physics engine, they're all different engines. Every different engine within NVIDIA's graphics is all going to be powered separately on the same die. So it's like, the fact that this chip could ever be made is fucking insane to me personally. Nuts.
I think it's cool as shit. However, I just got a 1080 a few months ago, so I guess the end of April. So
You're set.
I'm pretty good for a while, I think, and I think I don't see a reason to upgrade myself, but I'm excited if especially for those people that are going to be getting into a new build around this time these cards come out. Hell yeah, man, get you. I mean, even if you're getting a 2070, that's a fantastic card. Fantastic card. So, I mean, shoot,
Well, it'll be interesting to see because I've got nothing to compare it against.
yeah.
They're going with all these fucking weird ass, ray reading times and shit. Like, I don't fucking know what none of that shit means.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody does because it's all proprietary shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how they stack up against other shit. But I feel like with this GPU, I'm hoping that it will be more balanced. Like, it's the productivity side and the graphics side are both going to be pretty well balanced as far as like gaming and doing more load heavy GPU shit like rendering video and doing that kind of stuff. So
Right.
it'd be nice to see that kind of even out like what we saw with the Ryzen chips.
And I know from I still haven't even read all into it enough myself, but just with the ray tracing stuff, they were saying that there's going to be real time ray tracing audio and that they're going to be able to implement in the game. So like the way that like objects move in the game they can like automatically change the way the audio works. So like from my understanding, and I could be completely wrong with this, is just like, if something explodes in front of you, as those objects are passing your head, it'll be able to tell where those objects are and actually change the audio based on those objects passing by your head. And just like imagining that, like especially in like a space version of a game,
Right.
and just like there's so many cool things that they could do with that stuff.
And they're already talking, a lot of the big game studios are already talking about taking this new technology and redoing their games just as like update patches. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, the way they described it, the way I've heard it described by tech people online is that this is like the biggest leap in chip architecture in like 15 years.
Yep.
So, I mean, the amount, the sound, the shaders they're going to be able to do, I mean, it's just fucking insane. So I'm excited. And I'm one of those people I'm not necessarily in the market because obviously I don't have the cash right now with the new house, but I'm in the perfect spot to need an upgrade. I mean, my 970 is still doing great, but
Right.
I'm like 3 generations behind on my CPU at this point. I'm still on DDR3.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
So
They were
I still got
showing
a 4790K.
they were showing clips of it's one of those things where you don't know you need it until you see it. When you see some dude with a flamethrower in the reflection of a hood of a car and you just see the flames engulf the car, and then you look down and you see the reflections of people and explosions and objects, and would you notice it? Probably playing the game for the first time, unless somebody pointed it out to you. Probably not. But it's just one of those things where like you didn't know you needed 120 hertz refresh monitors. This summer shandy is going to my brain and I can't think. Goddamn. 120 hertz refresh rate monitors. But then, so like, I feel like we already feel like gaming is already so awesome and the quality is top notch. There is so much more room for improvement on little things. Like when normal gamers, everyday gamers think about performance, we think of resolution and frame rate. That's the two things that most people just want. But when you're talking about like the reflections of explosions in the hood of cars or in the windows of buildings or the physics of breaking glass, there's so much more room for quality, and they just kind of showed us like a little taste of that.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to a lot more, not necessarily because scary games have always benefited from sound design and all that kind of shit, but there's been a bunch of games here lately that sound design has really been something to fucking a maze. Like I thought that with Far Cry 5, what was the one where you're like fighting against your Hellblade? Yeah. Hellblade's fucking sound design was fucking insane. So it'll be interesting
God
to
of War
see.
sound design is unbelievable. Like if
Like-
you're, for example, just this is something that I was playing yesterday just to get, you're in a cave and a narration's going on like with one of the characters next to you, and you're in this cave, and so the narration changes to an echo while you walk through the cave. But it's not a pre-rendered cutscene. Like I chose to go through this cave, and so it changes the dynamics of the audio as I'm going through. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's just incredible.
Audio alone. Like how many people are just using a USB headset into their computer, or they have speakers that are plugged into the audio port on their motherboard? Like, how many people do you think haven't even experienced 5.1 or 7.1 surround sound while playing a video game at their computer?
A shitload.
Even just people like streamers out there, if you guys have a USB mixer plugged into your computer, think about running your headphones using the headphone preamp in your mixer instead of the onboard audio. Because onboard audio for motherboards, even on the $300, $400, $500 motherboards, is still shit. You're still going to get all of the electromagnetic interference from inside the case. It's no good. The amount of quality that you can get from getting an external sound card, or a external sound device at all that has any sort of like headphone preamps from a decent audio company, you're missing out. Like you're missing out with 120 hertz monitors.
I can plug my headphones into my mixer?
Yeah, you can use your mixer as an external sound device. Now,
not the same one that your mic is in, though.
yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, that's why there's a headphone port on there.
I thought that was just for monitoring your microphone.
No, you can set, most mixers are USB audio interfaces and can do two-way, where you can send a mic signal to the mixer to your computer and also use it as a playback device.
Oh, I would have to set it up. I couldn't just plug
Yes.
it in now, and yeah,
And
I'd have to.
And also, streaming might complicate audio for you because now you're putting incoming and outgoing audio on the same USB interface, and it could fuck some stuff up for you. But yeah, like these headphones, I get all of my audio from my secondary mixer. Both of my gaming PC and my streaming PC both feed their audio into the mixer, and then I use the preamps on the mixer for my headphones. And with like high fidelity headphones, the difference in audio is just absolutely insane. Even just listen to songs in like Spotify or iTunes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The more you know.
I have speakers in my office.
Right? Yeah.
Haven't for years.
And I'm not going to be putting speakers back into my office unless I get dedicated tweeters and subs and stuff like that.
The other thing I will mention when it comes to those GPUs, this is the only reason why I will likely get the new ones, new GPUs, because I play a shit ton of VR, and in order to get the most out of VR, you want to have like the best frame rates and be able to super sample all the games that you have to output them at a better quality in the headset to the headset. There's a very good chance I'm gonna fork out the cash to get a 2080 Ti. My plan is to sell my 1080 to a friend of mine, so that he can upgrade, and then I'm gonna hopefully use that to purchase the 2080 Ti. I might still wait and see when some of the benchmarks come out. But anything that's gonna help me increase the amount of stuff I can get out of this, especially with the wireless adapter coming out, getting really good frame rates, really good visuals, plus wireless on my Vive. You guys, I'm gonna have to do the podcast in that thing soon. I'm gonna look like a fucking transformer on here soon.
Yeah.
That'd be well. It makes sense, especially because VR is so dependent on having a good video card. So for those VR adopters like yourselves, I can see why you would want to make the upgrade. So I get it.
I'm in the same boat. Even playing games that were released years ago, like The Forest on VR, is still very chuggy. So that's kind of the only reason I would be looking for a bump. I've seen some people pre-order these cards, and that hurts my heart very much. Guys, pre-order, this is an opinion, okay? This is an opinion, but it's also a fact. Pre-order should not be in your vocabulary. It should not be anything that you should partake in ever. Now, if a game like Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out and you can pre-order the game a day before it comes out to get $1,500 or $15 million in game, I'm okay with it. There is no reason that you need to give a company money early before they give you a product, especially when it comes to hardware. Once hardware is manufactured and shipped, it's fucking done. Sure, they can throw out a couple hardware updates or software updates here and there. Cool. But you are getting what you get. And it scares me to see some people dropping $1,200 on a card that we really don't know much about. Like, we have a press conference that says, yeah, this one has 20,000 more gigawatts than this other one that we released. This card that we released a year ago is the best card in the world. But also, this one that we have now is even better, and it's the best one we've ever made.
Yeah. Not just better, really a whole lot better.
We need to get the phrase better than ever. It's better than anything we've ever done. We need to get that banned from all press conferences. Even as an Apple fan, fuck. Every year, this is better than anything that we've ever done. Yes, we know. It's a year since the last time you've done it. It better be fucking better. It drives me insane. Whenever I hear that, it drives me insane. But I'm scared for the people that have pre-ordered it. Here's a little insight for people that are maybe just getting into the hardware world. You do not purchase until the powers that be have that hardware in their hands and they review it, and they do real world tests with resolutions, with games, with frame rates. Because yeah, they could get 120 frames at 4K with their in-game cinematic experience, but when it comes to running that game in a real world experience, it's way different. So I hope nobody pre-ordered it. Just wait until the hardware comes out, and the people that know what they're talking about, that can put these stupid terms like ray tracing, like Ray Romano tracing to shame. Just wait and see what happens, because the 2070 could come out and could act like a 970. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't. And it might be efficiency that's not conducive to what you do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what, like, all these people that freak out about the lower end Ryzen chips not being able to play games worth of fuck. You should have known that shit. They're not made for fucking playing games.
Right.
Only the top end ones are even remotely decent at playing games. And you're going to be, other than that, they pretty much told you when they launched this shit, this is a productivity chip. And that could be exactly what this ray tracing shit ends up being. It's the way they're advertising it, though. You'd think they invented a supercomputer that fits in your fucking hand.
Did you see it's like the $60,000 GPU that they released as well, or announced?
I hadn't seen that one.
Yeah,
I've seen like the Quadros in the past where they were, 10 grand a piece or whatever.
It's a step. If I remember correctly, it's a step above a Quadro. It's like, it literally looks like a supercomputer, and it's like 60 grand or something like that. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would need that.
Right. Yeah.
But like animation studios and shit, they'll buy all that crap.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Again, like productivity, not for the general consumer.
Fucking crazy.
Right. All right. Next up on the list, Valve announces, or kind of accidentally teases, Steam TV. So over this past week, Steam pretty much released a live streaming platform within the client, and they were broadcasting some sort of esports. I believe it was Dota. And full experience. You were able to go back in time on the broadcast that was live. I think you could rewind up to a half an hour in the previous broadcast and then go back to live at any point. There was chat and stuff like that. So it was very, very interesting. So I know none of you guys actually saw it in action, right? Mm-mm. Okay. When you saw, boom, Valve announces a streaming platform, what were the first things that came to your mind?
Why?
Yeah, just a money grab.
I wasn't surprised.
I'm surprised there's not more people out there. It's really hard to crack a market when you just let one guy win all the time. I mean, Mixer's kind of gotten a niche, but it's still insanely small in comparison. So
I would imagine Mixer probably has, I'm just pulling this number out of my ass, but I would imagine maybe definitely less than 10% of the live streaming platform market share.
Probably accurate.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you most of that percentage comes from consoles. I'd be willing to bet too.
Oh, because it's integrated in with.
And it's integrated with Xbox.
Right.
Integrated. So
I'm curious about the market share. I'm doing a quick googly.
I know we're talking about it next, but I think after the stuff that Twitch announced this past week, I think you might see stuff like Mixer and Steam TV pushing a bit harder.
maybe.
Right.
Just with, like if anytime there's a little blip in any one of the top dogs' radars, anytime they have a little bad publicity, these guys like to pop up and maybe start stealing some thunder, buying some of the streamers and trying to get them to move over. I've seen a few streamers that have been getting, I shouldn't say bought out, but like they're taking deals to stream on. Like I've seen a few streamers that I used to watch on Twitch all the time moving over to Facebook. They stream on Facebook now.
Yep. Have any of you guys seen anybody move to another streaming platform and then come back yet?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
But again, I don't really. I haven't known anyone personally or anyone that I watch that has gone to another streaming platform. So it's all just, anecdotal stories that I hear about people going to other. I mean, I hear about it, but I've never known anyone. Like to this day, I've only watched Mixer for a grand total of maybe 10 minutes. I'm not shitting on the platform. I don't know anyone over there, and I have only so many limited time. It's like I don't want to start investing in a new platform when I barely have enough time for Twitch.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my thing too. I don't have fucking time for it. I couldn't tell you what Mixer even looks like.
Yeah, me either.
I never went over there. Same thing. Nobody I know that moved was worth following in my eyes. I mean, for the most part on Twitch, I watch people I know.
Right.
And then every once in a while, if I'm just bored or sitting on the porch just fucking off at the end of the night or something, I might throw on one of the bigger name streamers, but I could care less. I'd say 80% of the content I watch on Twitch is just like people I know.
Do they have an app? Does Mixer have a mobile app?
Fuck, I'd hope so.
Mixer, I think they do. If they don't, they're surely they do.
Why would you even start?
Okay,
up
they do.
Twitch?
They do.
Okay.
I'm gonna download it and see how it looks on mobile.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like if I was gonna ever watch it, that'd be where I'd do it.
Right.
I'm gonna do the same right now. Just
open Mixer right now.
I'm just gonna download it.
Mixer, create, and Mixer. Because I was about to say I want to know what it's like.
What's the difference between
Stand
Mixer
my
and Mixer?
face!
What's the difference between Mixer and Mixer Create?
I don't know. I just did Mixer. I think Mixer Create might be what you can stream from.
Oh yeah. Okay.
IRL streams incoming.
Right. When I first saw that this was a thing, my very first thought was Steam, a platform that has been known for having Steam groups dedicated to racist, homophobic, and derogatory groups of people that have lasted years and years and years. Steam, a platform that okayed a school shooter game, and when contacted about it said, we don't want to have to govern what games are on our platform. We don't want to have to care about the content that is displayed on our platform. So my thought was, if they are okay with all of these things existing, What kind of communities are going to grow within Steam TV?
I mean, let's be honest. Every community you've ever been a part of that was sole form of communication was Steam is always trash.
Absolutely.
I've never been in a Steam group where like that's the mainstay of communications.
And it was wholesome.
And we made long-lasting relationships.
I can't tell you the last time I sent somebody a message on Steam.
No.
It's been a long time.
And even with their new chat client, it's even more a fucking pain in the ass.
Don't even know what it looks like.
It's bad. It's very bad.
It seems like you gotta click more clicks to get to where you want to go now.
Yes. Yep.
Right?
And it organizes your friends by the game they're playing instead of alphabetical order. It's like, nobody wants that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, then you gotta try and
Like, are we teaching the alphabet in a different order now? There's no reason. We want shit in alphabetical order. That's how we like shit.
Yep. I mean, it's a cash grab.
Yeah, I think that's the bottom
All these companies. That's why I said I'm surprised there's not more.
Right.
Well,
Especially with the shit we're about to talk about with Twitch, because I feel like if you're gonna strike, the fucking iron's getting hot. It's time to go.
Yep.
The only reason I'm not surprised there's not more because think of the amount of infrastructure you have to run a streaming platform. I mean,
right.
You could probably count on
Well,
less than
all the
two
big
hands.
data players out there are the ones that own the current ones.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, Steam, they would. I guess it's logical that they would jump in bed to do it because they happen to have a shit ton of money and also have large cloud-based services with all the Steam games and downloading. So they already have the infrastructure in place to run.
that's why Amazon was the best choice for Twitch.
Yeah,
because they were both just tech. It's just data upon data.
Mm-hmm.
Raise your hand if you see Steam as a company that cares about its user base. Okay.
If they really did, Half-Life 3 would have already been released.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2, but less than 4.
A necessary evil.
I think the features that they are trying to debut with the platform are cool. Being able to just rewind and rewatch if you want to is awesome.
I like that a lot, like a live DVR style thing. I just don't see how that happens with 10 million viewers, or
Right.
10 million users, simultaneous users.
And also, there's no deleting the VOD at that point. Everybody has free access to go back and highlight or clip or screen record. Like, that's kind of one of the benefits of not having that feature is if something happens on stream, you can end stream, delete VOD, and there's still a chance that somebody can capture what they want, but there's less of a chance. I still
Everything live is as far as copyright goes. That's why H3H3 went back to fucking YouTube. Because their videos were getting sniped and posted to YouTube from Twitch before they could do it themselves. So they couldn't claim copyright against it because somebody else had posted it prior to them.
Wondering about that. Why
So-
they had gone back. So that's the reason, huh?
Yes, that's 100% the reason.
There's the rule where you can't post like 24 hours till 24 hours after those contract rules.
Oh.
So someone else grabbed
They would grab the VOD from Twitch or just record it as it was happening live and then immediately stream it to YouTube live.
Wow.
So what was happening was they were having to go and make copyright claims against all these channels that were reposting their shit and stealing their views, and they couldn't actually win most of these because they weren't the original posters, even though they were in the fucking
shitty, man.
They were in the fucking videos, and they're obviously not the lowest man on the totem pole when it comes to YouTube content.
Streaming is the only job where you can be too good at it that it hurts you in the long run. Like, your content's so fucking hot that other people can just snag it and re-upload it, and they can make money off you.
Yeah, or like
Bunch of
restream it. Yeah.
Bait channels, all kinds of different people have like a million different channels. It's just your name spelled like 10 different ways.
Right. Yeah, and you can't keep up with You can't. They have bots that are programmed to just start new channels and upload content. There's no way a human can keep up with that.
No.
That's too fucking bad. Well, man, best of luck to them. That really sucks.
Yeah, and that's been like that for months. So, not that I'm a frequent watcher of theirs, but I was interested in the answer to that question.
Yeah,
they answered it on a podcast.
Yeah, because I remember, I think it was a tweet that I saw that they were going live on YouTube. I was like, Weenie, H3 fucking ditched Twitch. And now that YouTube has the subscribe feature, like the paid subscribe feature or the join feature, they can make money. But I can't imagine, I would imagine that they're making less on YouTube than they are on Twitch. All those subs and the bits and the donations and stuff. Fuck.
Yeah,
That's too bad.
I feel like they should be doing events on Twitch, but I mean, that's what happens. They're YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
They start seeing a slip, or they start seeing bullshit happening on their main way of making money. They're gonna fucking retract. But
Yep.
I'm with you. I'm with the whole fucking let it eat.
Right.
Because they were doing really well on Twitch, and it would have been really good of Twitch to keep them.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that YouTube just kind of turned its fucking eye when people started trying to fuck them because they were on another platform and taking shit from that platform and posting it on YouTube.
Yep. Because they definitely were getting all of the bits and subs from being live and then getting all of the ad revenue and views from just taking the same content and putting it on YouTube. That's a fucking win-win.
Yeah. It's also a terms of service violation.
Yep. Yep. Too bad.
So, it happens.
If you're going to make money, we can only be the people that pay you. No one else can pay you. Even though you're doing it on our platform first. Oh, Twitch. Speaking of Twitch.
Vape Nash.
Vape Nash all day, son. So this is our final gaming news and discussion topic of the night. Twitch removes ad-free viewing experience from Twitch Prime. So I was actually live when this happened. I have my phone up and facing me at all times when I'm live, especially during trying to find employment. But just in case any emergency calls and stuff come in, and I'm sitting here playing games, my phone lights up and I look at it and I see changes to Twitch Prime. And because my eyes are terrible, I had to do one of these. Really look and see what it was, and immediately opened up the email and read it out loud on stream, and immediately just lost for words. And fuck. So this has caused quite a stir among the Twitch community, and this is the only change that's happening. And Twitch is kind of spinning it as this is a benefit to broadcasters, and this is going to help the broadcasters in the long run because ads are what make Twitch run, blah 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 blah. So first impressions when this news hit.
I want to say something because I need to grab one more beer.
Yep.
I was a little bit upset. I have no idea what the overhead cost of running this platform is, or why they need to do this, or what. That being said, I thought about it for a second, and I don't think it's really going to affect me too much personally because most of, I'd say 90% of the content that I watch on Twitch is channels that I'm subscribed to. So, and of those channels that I'm subscribed to, those people don't run ads anyway. So I don't think it's really going to affect my personal viewing experience that much. With that being said, especially because Twitch Prime just went up like what, $20 more a year now, right? Something like that. Or not Twitch Prime, but Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So it just went up $20 more a year. And if you have that, you can't get an ad-free viewing experience. I think it's straight greed, man. I mean, I really do. I think that's really, really greedy. It's not going to affect me too much personally the way I watch Twitch, but it is going to affect a lot of people, and I think it's really kind of shitty. I feel like I don't know how much money they're spending on all these games that they're giving out that no one plays because nobody gives a shit about using the Twitch launcher, but I've always clicked yes, add to library. You know, you guys get the free games with Twitch Prime, which I guess is cool. I've never played one of them. Not played one single one. I'd rather have an ad-free viewing experience than any of those free games. Just saying. But that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the fucking day, I honestly think that we've been pretty lucky when it comes to Twitch Prime. I haven't really been at the receiving end of a lot of the game shit because I don't play 90% of the games they give out add-ons for. I've gotten a ton of free games from it, and for the last a while, it has been nice to not have ads, but at the same time, like, I was a Twitch Turbo user prior to having Amazon Prime. That doesn't mean I'm gonna buy it now, because I don't think I'll buy it now, because I'm kind of in the same situation with Jimmy, where it's either the people I watch don't run ads, or I'm sub to them anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
And most people, even if they run ads, they're like run an ad while they're taking a shit or something.
Exactly. Yeah, they're going to be up and away anyways.
But is it? I could be wrong on this. I did read something somewhere, but isn't it like partners can control all their ads, but affiliates can't, right?
Correct. Here's where some misinformation comes in. Subscribing to a channel after October 15th does not remove ads. The only way you can remove ads is either subscribing to Twitch Turbo or using your Twitch Prime on a channel. You will get ads no matter what if you do not have Twitch Turbo.
So even after that date, even if you sub to a channel with a normal $4.99 sub, you still get ads.
So I'm reading.
You can still get ads that are put on at the control of the partner.
Right.
And pre-rolls to what I'm...
That's complete bullshit.
So, okay, so in the paragraph from their blog post, it says, is ad-free viewing still possible on Twitch? An ad-free viewing experience is still possible. All Twitch viewers get an ad-free viewing access across all channels by subscribing to Twitch Turbo. Additionally, Twitch Prime subscribers can still get channel-specific ad-free viewing as part of Prime by using your monthly subscription token on a channel that has ad-free viewing for subscribers turned on. So
that's bullshit.
That's the part that I'm going to have to reiterate when Jimmy gets back, because I think he still thinks that being subbed to a channel gets rid of ads. So there's two different types of ads. There's the pre-roll, when you join a stream and you see a half second of their stream and then an ad rolls, and then there's ads that the partners can choose to roll at any point during the stream.
Yeah, so basically all the fucking people are going to stop subbing to people.
Right. So I have not done some serious digging yet. This is just on the blog post that they released when they were announcing that Twitch Prime was getting changed. So there's a chance that this is going to change. Maybe they'll make it so if you sub to a channel, a specific channel with a regular sub, you can still get no ads. But when Affiliate Chip first released 14 months ago, they said that ads, the benefit of ads was going to be coming to affiliates. It's been 14 months and it still hasn't happened. So there was a streamer a little while ago that actually had access to the ad panel within their dashboard being an affiliate, but it was gone within a little bit, so we're not really sure what's going to come of it.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's so stupid. So for me, I'm kind of like I unfortunately get the worst case of a lot of this. I've been using a shit ton of my Amazon Prime, not Twitch Prime. I've been using Amazon Prime to order stuff all the time. I love it. I don't want to get rid of it. The main reason why I have Amazon Prime is so I can get Twitch Prime. Obviously, getting the free sub is really nice, and you get most of, if not all, the benefits of Twitch Turbo in Twitch Prime. One of my favorite things, and I actually had Twitch Turbo before Twitch Prime came out, specifically for ad-free viewing, because I fucking hate them. A, it sucks just in general. B, it sucks even more when you watch on Chromecast and you're getting ads on there, because the way that it works, the ads is terrible. So I had it for that, and then you know, I hate having ads in general, and I'm more than happy to pay the certain amount per month that I used to pay for Turbo to get that. And now I'm basically going to have to choose to either pay an extra like 15 to 16 bucks a month for Turbo, because that's what it's going to cost in Canadian.
For
me.
just no ads, no other benefits.
Yeah, that's it. All I'm going to get, I either have to pay 15 to 16 bucks a month just to get no ads, or just get rid of my Amazon Prime, which I really don't want to do.
Yeah, because right now I think it's $8.99 a month still for Turbo.
Yep.
Yeah. US, yeah.
So Jimmy, one thing we went over while you were gone was after October 15th, subscribing to a channel does not get rid of ads. The only way to get ad-free viewing on Twitch is to either subscribe to Turbo or use your Prime on a specific channel.
See, the way I read it was, it gets rid of ads if you're a sub and whoever the person that's running those ads like doesn't do it. That's the way I read it.
There's that, but then there's also the 15 to 30 second pre-rolls when you join a channel and an ad plays as soon as you join.
That's fucking bullshit. If they do that, that is straight bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's really had to deal with this in a couple of years.
Right.
So.
It
was enough for me before when I was on Twitch, especially because, and I don't know, I'm sure they'll do this too if they're being douchebags about it, but it used to be that if you weren't an affiliate or a partner, you couldn't save your VODs for shit. So I got Twitch Turbo initially because I was streaming all the time, and it allows you to save your VODs for up to 60 days.
Yep.
So that you'd have time to highlight them and stuff. But I mean, that's a big draw. And I had it for probably 8 months before Prime came out, or Twitch Prime came out, and I dropped it pretty soon after, mainly just for the ads.
There's got to be a better way to do ads than what the way they're doing them. I can see them making it to where maybe you have like an ad or something that rolls on top of, like, in a box on top of the stream or something like that for a short bit, but just to cut out the content that what you want to watch, and you got to sit there and wait for, you know, it's just stupid. I really
ruin everything.
When I'm ready
whoever
to sit,
thought that was a good idea was
right. When I'm ready to sit down and watch some Twitch, let me click a button that says, let me roll 4 15-second ads and let me be ad-free for the next 4 hours. Like, you force us to watch, or not force us, but you give us the ability to watch ads to get bits. Why not give us the opportunity to watch ads so that we can just go watch ad-free?
Well, and the shitty part about this too is, like, if you're gonna be going, like, this is gonna kill any drive that I've had to go and explore channels.
Right.
Because every channel you go to, you're gonna be getting these ads,
Yeah.
and it's just like, I'm not gonna want to go anywhere. I'm gonna throw one channel on, get my ad out of the way, and then, like, hopefully stay ad free the rest of my night. And I'm fucking not moving anymore because I don't want to be sitting there.
Let me ask you this question. Well, how the fuck does that work for then, like, if you raid someone?
Right.
And when you get a pre-roll on the raid, you bring everyone over? That doesn't make any sense.
So now everybody who's getting a raid's got to be like, hold on, wait.
Is the ad done playing?
10 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we here, guys? You guys can see me. Okay. Raid time.
Hashtag raid or like ad
God,
waiting room.
Man.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking stupid. I mean, that's just fucking sad that if you sub to somebody, it won't.
I really think
If you're
that
ad free.
I would
Really bullshit.
I think the way I read it, and maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't want to. It's not clearly defined just yet. I think the way I read it, and I hope I'm wrong here, or I hope I'm not wrong, that if you're subscribed to a channel, unless the streamer chooses to put that on, you can have an ad-free experience. I think the way Twitch, they marketed it that way when they said it was because the streamer, the only way to guarantee you have an ad-free experience is you buy that, because even that would, I guess, go past those, or I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
I guess we'll find out soon, huh?
Yes, we will. So we got at least a month and a half left. It's crazy because I went from paying for Amazon Prime, which was $100 a year, to not paying for Turbo because there was no need because I had Prime, to Prime going up $20 and then having to add another $100 a year to just have no ads. So it's just like the paywall has just increased and then severely decreased and then increased again.
Well, I'm not paying for that anytime soon. I don't, unless if it's the way I think it is, I don't see myself paying for it.
It is exactly the way that Knackers described it. It says right here, an ad-free viewing experience is still possible. All Twitch viewers can get ad-free viewing across all channels by subscribing to Twitch Turbo. Additionally, Twitch Prime subscribers can still get channel-specific ad-free viewing as part of Prime by using your monthly subscription token on a channel that has ad-free viewing for subscribers turned on.
That's what I'm saying. If you have ad-free viewing for if you, like myself, and I mean, I know they're going to turn on for affiliates, but let's say if you have ad-free viewing enabled on your channel, and I guess affiliates supposedly are going to have that soon where you could run ads. I don't know why you would, personally, but whatever. If they have that turned on, then it's not going to change. Most of the people I've watched, they don't run ads. In fact, nobody that I watch runs ads that I'm subscribed to. I guess the point I'm saying is I don't think it's really going to affect me, but it will affect people who just, if you're not subscribed to any channels, if you're just watching, you're going to see a lot more ads. You know, you're going to see a lot more ads.
But that's just it. You're going to lose a lot of new people.
Right. And you're right. I don't think that's going to change. What's going to change is like if you ever tried to browse Twitch and like when you're not logged in, it's pre-roll ads every fucking channel you go into. And I think that is going to be the deal breaker. So
I haven't had to deal with it because obviously we've had Twitch Prime with the ad-free viewing for a while. I don't know, did they ever end up fixing the volume problems with the ads?
No.
Or is that still
no.
So that's just gonna make it even worse.
And the same ad playing over and over and over and over again.
Can't wait.
It's gonna be great. So this is kind of sad. And I saw on Twitter, again, no hard proof. This is somebody just quoting somebody, but there was a quote from the CEO in a meeting saying, "We're going to double our ad revenue in the next year." Like he was
probably will.
That is our goal, is to double our ad revenue in 1 year's time. And this is obviously a feature to kind of help with that.
That's it. That is the feature.
Yep.
They're going to fucking lose so much. I mean, it's such an. I've said this, and people call me pessimistic all the time. Everything Twitch has done in the past year, for the most part, has been all money grabs.
Yep.
Open stores, selling shitloads of
affiliates,
merch, affiliate program, bits for everybody, blah blah blah. It's like, fuck, man. It's just turning into just another corporation, which is fucking sad because Twitch is always, and hopefully will always continue to be a solid base of my entertainment. But
on top of that, kind of slid in there too underneath was that having Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime no longer allows you to get 20% off discounts on pre-ordered games. They were like, no more of that either. So goodbye. It's like, what if you just bought Twitch Prime? What if you just subscribed to Amazon Prime?
I would rather you not give me free games and add-ons and stupid shit, 90% of which I'm not going to use. I don't give a fuck if it's worth $1,000 in a year.
Yep.
It's not $1,000 to me for like 5 shitty free games and none of the add-ons that I can fucking possibly use.
They say $1,000. That's when the game was at full retail when it originally released. I mean,
and regardless, I don't use any of that shit.
No.
I don't even have Twitch launcher on my computer.
No, I don't either.
I claim the games just cause.
Right.
I claim them because maybe they're free and maybe someday I'll want to play one. I don't know.
That's it. And I don't think I've ever launched a game from the launcher. So
I haven't.
At the same time, it's like I'll trade you that $1,000 worth of shit you're giving me for no fucking ads.
Yeah, just get rid of all the other bullshit, the merch discounts, the game discounts, just give me one free sub and ad free. Totally worth the money.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Would you pay $9 a month for Twitch Turbo if it meant one free sub and ad free experience? Just those two perks. No other emotes, no custom color in chat.
Even then, that's tough.
What would you pay for Twitch Turbo?
I think I would do it for that because at least then you're still getting something back besides the ads. Because the way I see it is this: I probably spend every month. I spend $25 to $30 a month on Twitch subs every month. Like I've got some people that I always subscribe to, and then I usually save myself, $5 for somebody else, and then my Twitch Prime goes to somebody else. I rotate, that's it. And I look at it, I'm like, shit, I'm paying the same. I mean, that's what I pay for. That's like more than my Netflix. That's more than my, my Netflix and Hulu combined. I'm spending more on, for Twitch subs because I want to support the people that I care about, on the platform. And I know there's a lot of people like that too. When you got to tack on another $10 just to not have ads. I mean, shit, even Hulu, I pay for the ad-free Hulu and it's less than, $10 more. It's like an extra $4 or $5 for ad-free Hulu.
And that's for content. Not just no ads on the content.
Yeah.
The one thing that's tough, like you were asking, like how much we would pay for Turbo now. I can't imagine paying anything for it right now because I'm so used to not having to.
Right.
Well,
like,
not
I'm so
to
used
mention
to
everybody's fucking Amazon Prime went up by $20 fucking dollars this year.
Like it's just
What the
just
fuck?
blows my mind that they
Just increasing that by $20 made you like $100 trillion in a day. Like, go fuck yourself, Jeff Bezos.
Jeff, bitch.
Fucking assholes.
I would pay since I already know what it's like to pay for Amazon Prime and Twitch Turbo at the same time. I did that for the first 2 years on Twitch. I would pay now with the increase of price on Twitch Prime. I would pay $5 a month for Turbo to just have no ads everywhere.
Yeah, that was the only option I could think of was like pay for what you would pay for a normal sub, even if that means only ad-free viewing.
Right.
I think you should be able to, if with ad-free shit, I think you should be able to pay based on how much you use it.
Yeah, that could work too.
So like get an invoice at the end of every month for how much Twitch you
well, have
watch.
like fucking like I feel like even though I watch Twitch a good amount, I still watch other forms of entertainment more. I'm still on like 120 gigs a month of fucking YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I've been fucking Verizon for like 7 years straight. It's been going great.
Dude, I just switched my plan over to being a sole person on a plan. For my phone, the plan, my watch, and the plan for the watch, it's $155 a month. It is fucking, and that's Verizon. Obviously, it's the
Yeah, mine's Verizon too.
it's
but
so
I got a
goddamn
discount.
expensive.
I got a discount through work.
I don't know how many of you guys have seen the that series Black Mirror, but there's actually an episode where it's very similar to this, but like an extreme case where like everything you do in life you pay for how much you use it. Like you go get food.
Oh, you're talking about the 15 million credits episode? Or
Yeah.
15 million merits or whatever it's
Yeah,
called?
and I'm not going to spoil anything because that's
Yeah,
a damn good show that
Oh,
I
it's
want everyone to go
fantastic.
see.
Yeah.
But I think that's exactly how this stuff's all going to be later in life. Like you're going to pay for exactly how much Twitch you consume. You're going to pay exactly how much YouTube you consume eventually, because that's just how it's going to end up being. Because this stuff is just getting insane.
I'll put it to you this way. I wouldn't even really want to know what my stats are on YouTube because I'll just run videos back to back even if I'm not paying attention to my phone. Like I would rather watch a podcast than listen to it most of the time, if given the option. So
I want to know what your stats are on the hub.
and I fucking I watch probably an obsessive amount of content on YouTube, and yet I still don't pay for YouTube Red.
Right.
I don't really give a fuck that much. I just won't pay attention to your fucking stream. But they definitely need to change how they do it. I'm cool with little pop up at the bottom of the screen dealies or something like that, but I think Middle Age is right on the money on that. Interrupting content in order to fucking putting ad on live content. It's just
ridiculous.
not. You can't run commercials like you run them on TV, like every 15 minutes. It's just one pops up.
They got to find another way to do it. I think there's going to be some outcry. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Something I just thought of. I would like to see a counter. Ad will roll in 30 seconds, 60 seconds. And when it does, it pops up in a separate window that you can move elsewhere. Or maybe it's just smaller and it has moderate volume. So that way you're not missing a crucial part of the stream, but you still have an ad that runs. Or maybe like, hey, this ad's going to roll in 60 seconds. Press, click this button to roll in 15 minutes from now or something like that. But then you could obviously just click that and then close out of the window or something. But yeah, I really hope this isn't just like content breaking. I really don't.
Yeah. I don't know.
We shall see, friends.
I can tell you one thing. As much as I use Amazon Prime, I could really give a fuck less if they keep jacking that fucking price up.
Right. Gonna hit a threshold at some point.
Like, I have a ton of shit I buy through strictly Amazon. I've actually gone out of my comfort zone and bought some bigger shit from Amazon. Just that fucking swing set I bought, that big ass play set, that had to get delivered by a freight truck. I bought that on fucking Amazon.
Oh my god. Yeah, they outsource a lot of their shipping now.
Yeah. God help you if you have to buy something big.
Old Bezos needs to get he needs some capital for his new flame weapons he's producing, apparently.
For real. All right. Well, that is it for our gaming news and discussion. We are moving on to the question and answer. These questions were collected by the bot during the episode. So we have two questions here. First and foremost, from Rock Lobster Streams. How did you guys get awesome? Practice.
I was born this way.
Lots of car accidents and booze.
Yes. And maple leaves.
Lots of Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
A whole lot of Timmy's here, bud.
A lot of fucking up. That's how.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Truth.
Last question from Conbot. What are the benefits / cons of building a PC, and what are the benefits / cons of getting pre-built?
Ooh, can I go first?
Yes, you may.
Okay, so I'm glad you asked this question because this is something that I went back and forth with for a long time when I first was getting into streaming. And the reason was I knew nothing about building computers. I knew plenty about applications and stuff. I knew nothing. I'd never built a computer. I'd never done anything really hardware related on a computer. So I was very nervous about getting a bunch of pieces and putting it together. And eventually what someone told me is the same thing I'm going to tell you. You buy a pre-built. There are some things that you might be able to get a really good deal, and I'm not shitting on pre-builds. There's been, even with my most recent build, I was even possibly even going to go that way. However, if you build a computer yourself, in 95% of the time, you're probably going to be able to get a computer that you want for cheaper than you would have gotten it pre-built. That's the biggest thing, So if budget is a concern, which I imagine it is for most people that want a computer, you got to consider that. The other thing is, a lot of times in pre-built, like, they're going to focus on things like the CPU and the graphics card and maybe the RAM or whatever. But a lot of the other parts, you might get a decent case. A lot of the other parts, like the motherboard's not going to be that great on a lot of pre-builts. Sometimes the RAM is not that good. You don't really know what you're getting. I mean, yeah, you know the main components, but the power source might be shitty. The whatever. I mean, if you're making it yourself, you know exactly what's going into that thing. And I am by no means, in fact, compared to all these guys that are sitting here, the reason I wanted to answer first, I probably know the least about computers hardware-wise than any of these guys that is on the podcast. I'm a relative newbie to the whole, PC master race, so to speak. But I can tell you, as someone who has been a console guy for his whole life, I think there's a lot more pros than cons than building your own. And even if you know a lot about computers, I mean, shoot, pre-built, there's some stuff. If you're gonna buy really good pre-built, though, you're probably gonna pay out the nose for it, though, because I was looking at the it was the the NXT build, NZXT build, yeah, NZXT build, and to build the same computer that I have now through them was going to cost nearly $1,000 more.
Ooh.
Okay. And I mean, and I couldn't even get some of the same stuff on it. So if money is no option, you can go the pre-built route and get something good. If money is if you're talking about trying to save money and also get the best parts you can get for your buck, you're probably better off building it yourself. So, anyway, that's all I got.
I always just bring it down to cash. And anybody can build a fucking computer. I built the first computer I ever built when I was like 8. You can figure it out. There's a shitload of information online. There's a shit ton of people that know what they're talking about. You can go on YouTube right now and search for DIY PC build, and you're going to get 1.5 billion fucking videos. Newegg does a new series every 3 years where they put out a new DIY of building a computer from scratch. I mean, all the information's out there. All the all the customizable pieces that are outside of just performance, they're not going to happen, because the moment you crack the case on a fucking pre-built, your warranty's gone. So you've totally voided the only fucking reason that you got it in the first place. Like, if you have no intentions of ever working on base level software, OS, changing out hardware, shit like that, buy a pre-built. Don't touch it. Let it run until it fucking blows up, and then tell them to fix it. I have no problem with people doing that. But like Jimmy said, you're going to pay for it in most cases, especially with the rise and fall of fucking GPU prices. Because for a while there, NZXT was a really good option because the GPUs were so high on the private market. But now that they're back down, you're just as well off buying your own shit. So,
well, and to jump off what you just said too, and something I saw in chat, and they were talking about price, and people were like, "Oh, well, cable management, this or that." If you buy the right case, cable management's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
Yeah, my case is fucking gigantic.
If you have and it doesn't even have to be the biggest case. And this is not an ad, but I think you have the same case as myself as for one of your PCs, Knackers. That's got the glass. It's like one of the NZXT
340.
Yeah. This S340 Elite. I mean, It is a snap to manage cables in that thing. And that was always something people said to worry about. Oh, cable management. It's so easy. And I'm a noob. I don't do this for a living. I'm not a computer guy. It is so easy now to build your own computer that it's not a concern. If you can read instructions and follow YouTube videos, you're gonna be just fine.
Do your research.
I think the other thing, I don't know, to me, when you're ordering a pre-built computer, and if you get that computer and then never open it up and at least even like take a look at where the parts are, you're essentially just buying a console, and it's in a different form. And you're never going to learn, if a piece fails, you're never going to know how to check to see if that piece, which piece it was that failed, and you're going to have to take it in and spend God knows how much amount of money, probably on the place that you got it from, to try and get that piece repaired, and then you're going to have to do the runaround and send your whole PC in to get it looked at. Whereas, like, I know with the place that I always get my PC parts from locally, if I ever do a build, the place that I go to, you can pick all the parts yourself and then arrange for them to build the PC themselves, so that you don't have to do all the scary stuff like they're saying in chat with doing thermal paste, installing fans the right way, all that stuff. Like they'll still do all that stuff for you, and you could still pick your own parts, and just buy them on your own terms type thing. But you could still arrange to have the person at the store building it. That way, if there is any dead on arrival parts, they'll find out right away, and you don't have to worry about dealing with that stuff when you get it. But I think the other thing too, I know some people have discussed it before, but even just getting the peace of mind of like, now you know how to build a computer. So if you ever have like a relative that needs a computer, you can just go out and buy the pieces yourself for them. You know, they're not doing gaming, they're just doing simple like browsing the internet, maybe watching some Netflix here and there. You have the ability to do that for them. It's just it's a good skill to have. So,
and one other thing on when you're talking about parts too, if you are going to go with a pre-built, if there's one thing you got to make sure you don't skimp on and you got to know the parts going in. You can't have a shitty motherboard,
Right.
because if your motherboard's shit, you can upgrade pretty much anything else, but your motherboard, if you got to upgrade the motherboard, you might as well build a brand new fucking computer. So if it's a shitty motherboard, which a lot of pre-builts have, especially like the Cyber PC, iBuy Power, and that sort of
Dell
stuff,
or any other
they
big
got
manufacturers.
shitty motherboards that are not very good. So you don't want to you don't have to buy a top end motherboard, but you don't want a shitty motherboard. And a lot of those pre-builts, they save money because they put shitty motherboards in there. So
I mean, when me and Vance originally built his PC, he didn't even have a graphics card in it because it was a gift to him. And my mom put up some money, and I put up some money, and I basically spent all of the money we put up on building the base. So getting a motherboard and a CPU that was worth a fuck.
Pretty much on board with these guys. I would always tell somebody to buy the parts separately and put it together. It's super easy. Not only are there tutorial videos on how to build a PC, there are tutorial videos on how to build a PC per CPU and per socket. Like they are that detail oriented. Especially when you look at pre-builts online, a lot of them, they advertise them as coming with free keyboard and mice, and usually they're pretty shit. Like a $30 Cyber PC keyboard that has membrane switches and just like a regular gaming mouse.
But it's wireless and has lights. Okay?
Oh my, it's RGB. So if for a first PC, it'll probably do fine. But if you wanna get the best bang for your buck and the most benefit out of building your own PC and the knowledge that comes with it, I would tell you to build it.
if you build it, you will come.
They will come, all of them.
No, you will come.
And you will come. All right, guys, that is going to close the doors on this podcast. We're going to go around the room one final time, reintroduce you to everybody. They'll throw out their social media and what they have coming up online. So, Salty Sam, start with you.
My name is SaltySam. You can find me on Twitch at SaltySam, Twitter at TheSaltySam, and Instagram Salty All Day. I am hoping to reacquaint myself with my online presence here soon and stop just lurking in chats on my phone.
My name is Jimmy, aka MiddleAgedStream. You can find me on Twitch and Instagram at MiddleAgedStream, MiddleAgedStream on Twitter, CumSponge69 on FarmersOnly.net.
I am MrFortyTwo on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitch, and MrFortyTwo TV on Twitter, and I will be spamming emotes in all these guys' chats.
My name is Knackers. You guys can find me on this very channel 5 times a week, or you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Knackers with 3 A's. Thank you guys all so much for coming out to this episode of the podcast. We will see you in 2 weeks for episode 71. It will be another free-for-all episode. And again, just thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you. Remember, be safe. Tell the people that you love them. All right, keep your eyes peeled. Don't let this ruin you. I know, like, one of the other things is going to be scared to be going to these events. If you let these tragedies dictate what you do in your life, you're going to have a bad time. So just remember to keep doing what you love, keep spending time on things that you're passionate about, and you know, just keep trying to push on. It's difficult. It's hard for everybody, especially for the people that are involved and affected. But just remember, you've got friends, you've got family. We're all here for each other, and it'll be all gravy, baby. All right. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks for the next episode of the podcast. If you want to stick around, I am going to be raiding another channel and passing the love. So on that note, to you, I say goodbye.
Bye-bye. I do think it's interesting you said it's all gravy, baby, when your gravy sucks. Too soon?
That hurts.
Roll the ads. Roll them.
Roll them. Roll the ads.
I hate you so much right now. Goodbye.
Ah!
Sound muted.
Yo, we're going to raid Black Wrath.